Welcome to the Know. I'm Ashley.
I'm Brian.
Oh my god, you guys! Is Microsoft about to unveil the newest Xbox? Is the console generation about to end sooner than we expected? Easy, Tiger.
Oh.
That's what we're hearing. That's what everyone is getting all crazy about. But we're not there yet, and we're going to talk about why in a second.
But just a few short words in a blog post have got the internet wondering, what's Microsoft got up its sleeve?
Yeah, that's because that's what happens when you write things like all new Xbox hardware. We like new things. We want to know what they are.
They're great.
People get excited.
Yeah. All right, let's talk about what was said because that's the foundation of this whole discussion. The announcement is from a blog post from Microsoft's Director of Programming for Xbox Live, Larry Herb, aka Major Nelson.
The blog post is titled Xbox is coming to Gamescom. Nothing too crazy there. It talks about how it's coming to the convention in Cologne, Germany next month.
Nelson wrote that we'll be bringing a great lineup of games from developers around the world that we can't wait for gamers in Europe to get their hands on.
They're also going to host a special episode of their Inside Xbox show and the fan event Xbox Fan Fest, also making a return. All of that stuff in the blog post.
Pretty standard. Then he got to the big news. During the Inside Xbox broadcast, they'll be talking about, quote, lots of news, all new Xbox hardware and accessories.
And there we go. Obviously, it's that phrase, all new Xbox hardware, that's got everyone talking, wondering if this is about their next console, because after all, at E3, they did say they're working on something, right?
But bad news, not a new console.
Or good news, depending on how you look at it.
Yeah, if you just bought an Xbox. We talked to Microsoft about it because it is very titillating to think about all the new possibilities, and they clarified. An Xbox rep told me that they're going to be rolling out some new Xbox One bundles and accessories at the event.
Yeah, so, again, sorry to be the bearer of bad news. If you're hoping for an announcement, I get it, they're very exciting.
Sure.
Or, thrilled to be the bearer of happy news if you just got that Xbox hardware, you don't want to see it put out to pasture just yet. But there is no doubt that Microsoft is already working hard on their next-gen machines. Xbox chief Phil Spencer acknowledged that just last month at E3. He said specifically that they're deep into architecturing the next Xbox consoles.
So it will come, just a matter of timing. It's no secret the Xbox One has been behind the PlayStation 4 this whole generation, and it's typical for the second or third place company they're going to be the ones who are the first to come out with a new console to try to get a head start on the newest generation.
Hey, I mean, it's an attempt to capitalize on what would be, at launch time, the newest, hottest technology, offer gamers the next big thing. That's kind of what Microsoft did with the Xbox 360, and hey, look, that worked out really well for them.
And that just came out 4 years after the OG Xbox. But in this case, we're still a few years too early from a next-gen Xbox. Last month, the tech site Thurrott.com reported that next-gen Xbox, it'll arrive a couple of years from now, more like 2020.
Which would still put it ahead of PlayStation 5, potentially, which is speculated to hit 2021, 2022 kind of time range.
They're in no rush, though.
Right. They're doing fine. They're not in a hurry. The site reported Microsoft is reportedly working on a family of devices under the Scarlet codename. And that makes sense. Spencer himself did use the word consoles in the plural instead of just one. Another thing the Xbox 360 also did when it launched, and it did just fine.
Yeah, remember when they started with the Core and the Pro versions at launch?
I do remember that. The Core version didn't have HDMI out. I remember that very well.
Then they added the Elite later on, and that was before they got all crazy with all the Slim versions.
Well, also, Microsoft did just roll out Xbox One X last year, so if they did decide to just put out something brand new, announce it this year, it would make that obsolete pretty quickly and anger the kind of player base that was willing to shell out the additional money for the X.
Okay, so we know it's not a new console, but there are lots of theories out there as to what the new bundles and accessories might be.
Well, for bundles, it wouldn't be too surprising to see a special edition console bundled with Sea of Thieves, State of Decay, maybe Forza Horizon 4, which seems to be Microsoft's bet for the holidays, coming out in October. I would kind of be on board with that one. I'm going to put my Forza Horizon. Also, I wouldn't count that as a new console exactly. It would fall more into the bundle category. And they do usually do one of those announcements at Gamescom.
Yeah, as for accessories, maybe a successor to the Xbox Elite controller, which is that customizable controller that's rumored to have a new version coming up.
Well, it's been pretty popular among the hardcore gaming crowd. You can customize a little bit, change a couple things. There have been reports a new one might be on the way. Details have leaked previously of a new Elite controller that's rumored to feature USB-C charging and Bluetooth, both of which would be very welcome.
Yeah, no more AA batteries for that controller. There's also the chance that we could be getting the long-rumored keyboard and mouse for the console. That's been talked about for a while, and it would be a chance for the Xbox One to differentiate itself from the competition.
Yeah, or potentially they could be talking about a slim Xbox One X. You know, honestly, the Xbox One X is already pretty slim. I was kind of surprised what they pack in there, so unlikely.
But honestly, for Microsoft, hardware's really not their problem right now. The Xbox One X has won praise for being a super powerful console. It has all the flops it needs to be
all
the
the
top
flops.
dog. All the flops. It's the top dog in terms of power. But as a company, their biggest issue has been games to play on those awesome machines.
Ways to use the power.
Yes, you need games.
Major Nelson did say they're going to show off a lineup of 25 games across a diverse range of genres, so that's a good start.
Yeah, Xbox, it had a good E3 presentation this year. It got a lot of accolades, but as far as exclusives, which are the factors for a lot of people in deciding which console to pick up, the PlayStation 4 is still like leaving it in the dust. The biggest exclusives this year from Microsoft, we're looking at State of Decay 2 and Sea of Thieves, but both have had their issues. State of Decay launched with a ton of bugs, and Sea of Thieves, it's been criticized. They're putting updates out now, but it was criticized at launch for not having enough to do.
Yeah, they've got an update coming end of the month that's going to add some more stuff as well, but it has still been a pain point.
Right.
Major Nelson did mention there might be a few surprises, so we'll have to wait and see. Let's hope they got something good up their sleeves. It's always good for everyone when Xbox is doing well. The better the competition is, the more incentive the platforms have to innovate and implement more awesome features that benefit consumers. I think the last generation PS3 and Xbox 360 did a great job of pushing each other into what we have now.
And it keeps everybody honest too. You can't be too shitty if there's another strong competition out there. So what
or you become the Xbox One.
So what do you guys think about Microsoft announcing some all-new Xbox hardware next month? What do you think they're going to show? Let us know in the comments.
And for all your Xbox news, make sure you like this video. If you're new around here, subscribe to the know. Yay.
That's shade, Ashley. That's shade.
Well, it's like they lost all of their consumer confidence
In one presentation.
with their announcement and with what people felt like was anti-consumer. They're like, we don't need you. We'll go with PlayStation 4. And guess what they've been doing? Going with PlayStation 4.